catching you on the legs, then you are sadly mistaken. That's just what he's most known for. He's also got some fantastic arm bars. We saw him in the last European trials with some great arm bar finishes. This is going to be a really, really interesting clash of styles as we have the leg destroyer versus the back taker.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the co-main event of the evening. It is for the Polaris welterweight title. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, official weight 77.5 kilos, representing Absolute MMA and Unity from Australia. He is the Spider Invitational Champion, ADCC Oceania Champion, and IBJJF European Champion. Let's welcome Levi Jones Levi. And now let's welcome his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall, official weight 77.4 kilos, representing Academia Gorilla Koszalin from Poland. He is the reigning and defending Polaris welterweight champion, Mateusz Szczęsny.
So this match is brought to you by Warrior, low sugar, high protein, ridiculously tasty. Try Warrior Crunch today.
Double goal forward there. It's great to see Levi back on Polaris straight away after his Polaris debut. Great performance in that 77-kilo Grand Prix. I believe that PJ Barch was offered this title match against Mateusz. I think that was sort of part of the winning of that Grand Prix, was that he got a straight title match. I believe he declined for whatever reason, and it made sense to put in the runner-up in the Grand Prix. So, I mean, it's an interesting thing to think about. Perhaps the winner of this tonight going against PJ in the next title defense.
Yeah, you see Mateusz jump on that foot, and immediately Levi inverted. Reactions. Yeah, there's such a big important connection between the birimbolos and the leg locks. A lot of people miss the counters to a lot of those leg locks. Just are inversions, freeing up that knee line, and that is, what Levi's best at.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of PJ, but I do think this matchup is incredibly interesting. As the fighters were saying earlier, the two styles really intertwine with each other.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because one of the things about Levi is he spent such a long time at Unity as well, which is just was a pressure cooker when he was there. He was talking about it last time we were at Polaris, just the horrendous training conditions. He was like, if I can go through that, nothing is a problem on the mats. It's easy because it's not training at Unity. I was like, wow, yeah, I understand what you mean, having been in some of those environments. Interesting grip that Szczęsny's using. He's pulled that leg underneath, forcing it, and Levi can't cut into the knee slide.
He's staying so low as well, just trying to avoid Mateusz coming underneath.
That's 2 minutes down, Levi.
Pummeling back in there by Mateusz.
Yeah, nice pass around to the side for Levi, and then trying to smash those hips over. Very nice passing. We actually saw, if I remember correctly, quite a bit of his passing in his first match with Shane.
Yeah, he has some
Curtis,
good leg
right?
drive. Yeah.
I forgot which Shane it was. Nice inversion towards that armbar, that little shotgun armbar. Nice, onto the leg.
Onto the legs.
Levi's already free.
Some very quick reactions.
And onto the heel hook. Levi really trying hard to invert and free out from this position. He's been training with Lachlan, and Lachlan's known, one of the best leg lockers in the world. But we've, most people have heard about the random Polish guy who went to B team and footlocked everybody. And in case you didn't know, that was Mateusz Szczęsny.
I mean, the way that Mateusz submitted Jed, The way that
Yeah.
he submitted Jed for the title. Jed is renowned as a great leg locker, very, very tough, very hard to submit. The way that he did it, it was shocking, to be honest with
It was so quick, you wouldn't even know it was
Yeah.
there,
you.
right?
No,
I
didn't
remember
look like it
watching
was there.
Yeah.
I remember Jed even going, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah,
he just
literally-
grabbed my foot and it exploded.
Everybody in the house was just like, "What is
Yeah.
what happened?" You know, there was like a queue of people talking to Mateusz afterwards.
Yeah. So, you know, you can prepare, and obviously, I mean, Levi's quite obviously very prepared. You've already seen the speed in which he's been able to extract the feet when Mateusz has even got close to getting a bite on them.
Yeah, but the way that Mateusz does like cinch up that grip on the footlock, it makes
Yeah.
it incredibly tight.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, it's one of those things. I saw as well, Mateusz had said he'd got some, you know, Berimbolo specialists. And there's Berimbolo specialists and there's people like
Yeah.
Levi.
Yeah.
You know, it's very different. And until you kind of feel it, you're like, oh, wow, this is an entirely different. Same with Mateusz's footlock as well.
Yeah. The thing is, you know, you get so practiced at doing these, you know, but
Yeah.
high-level grapplers get very practiced at these things, and you know, the micro adjustments that they'll be making in training and in competition, you know, make them
Yeah.
very good at these things.
All about the micro adjustments. I feel like we've lost micro adjustments from the jiu-jitsu world now. It's gone. There was a whole meme thing about it.
Was there?
It's all about the macro adjustments now. You're completely changing your
Oh,
game.
yeah, no.
Just don't do that anymore. Do something completely different. We're reaching the halfway point through this match, and it's been very close so far. I mean, two incredibly high-level grapplers, both.
It's really, I mean, this has kind of been the position for the entire
Yes.
time, right? Like, Levi's trying to use this kind of tripod presser passing, knee sliding. Mateusz is trying to entangle that leg.
I mean, you probably have to say, if you've got to give it to someone, Mateusz has been the one that has been going for submissions. He hasn't really got much of a bite on anything, but...
I mean, the positioning does favour him going for submissions, though,
Yes.
but then how are we scoring Levi's almost pass attempts? Because he got pretty close a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, the interesting that I'm finding is there's not been that many back attacks.
Yes.
Like, we haven't really seen any from either guy.
No. Yeah,
Oh,
but
he's
This is
on
a
the leg.
much better bite for
he-
Mateusz. You can see he's spinning through into 50-50. This is a position that Levi could use to go towards the back, though.
But in doing so, does he
He
give
will-
up the
he-
defensive work
Yeah,
and risk that leg?
it could also.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to strip that knee, and if he strips that knee, Mateusz did a
Yeah.
great job of breaking it down. And Levi is doing
Oh,
a
he's
fantastic
got
job
the knee
of freeing
pass.
got the
that
knee
heel.
passed.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive. I think
I feel like that was a sigh of relief there from Levi as well.
I think from me as
I
well.
think that was a
so,
sigh of
yeah.
relief, and half the room sort
Yeah.
of felt that. I mean, there was such a big question on if Mateusz gets a really good bite on that leg,
Yeah.
is Jones Leary going to be able to get that leg out? And the answer is astoundingly
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, that was the best position of the fight for either
Yes.
guy, really.
Yeah.
You know, Mateusz had a great bite on that leg, and Levi just did a good job, stayed calm, defended the entanglement.
And is this going to start to give Levi a bit of confidence to start opening up a little bit more to try and get them Berimbolos to try and take the back position?
I'm not so sure because
Or is
if,
it's working? Don't mess around with the formula.
Yeah.
the thing is, like Levi has to be careful for going for Berimbolos when the footlock, you know, when Mateusz has these footlock positions, you know.
Yeah, he's on the leg again. And now Levi's
Again.
hips towards the ground.
Just-
Levi's already starting to defend. So you can see that he's losing the position. Mateusz on the heel
On
hook.
the
It's
heel.
a good bite. But Levi, you see him invert.
Switching to that, trying to get a calf
Yeah.
crush there, but
And again,
Levi
that was
immediately pulls out.
that was that connection between the footlocks, between the leg
Yeah.
entanglements into the inversion coming
Yeah.
from Mateusz. So
Yeah. He has great back attacks, you know.
He
I've seen
does,
him
yeah.
have, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's how that whole sequence with Jed started. It came off a back
Yeah.
attack, I think, from Mateusz. Like he was trying to invert to it. Jed slammed his back to the ground, exposed the foot, and it.
He does like, you know, the K-guard matrix kind of stuff like really, really well.
because when people overreact to the leg entanglements, they give up the back.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I feel like Levi might have to switch up his tactics here because, you know, obviously I'm not a judge, but I do see it that Mateusz
I mean, he's
has been
certainly
the more aggressive.
Mateusz is certainly
Yeah.
winning the third round we're into now, probably
Yeah.
the second. I didn't have my eye on the clock with that first very close leg lock attempt.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very likely that Levi at the very least needs to steal this last round.
Yeah. I also feel like the way that this match has been playing out, in terms of Mateusz, he isn't that tired. He's not been put under that much pressure in any of these positions that he's in, so he's still going to be relatively fresh. The same for Levi as well, but Levi is the guy who has to push the pace, and ideally at that point you'd want someone who is now this is a better bite on the legs. You can see him using those hooks to try and climb up the body.
Great job avoiding that back take there by Mateusz.
Yeah, again, Mateusz did a great job, just framed away, kept his hips down to the ground. That's going to make it very difficult to get to the back if the hips are on the ground, You then have to re-elevate them to try and work them up. It more lends itself towards the leg drag. Levi has a great positioning on top. He's very low down, good posture.
Just 40 seconds on the clock.
Mateusz using that right leg very well to block it. Coming inside, trying to entangle the legs again. Trying to get that bite. Levi pressuring back forwards.
Trying to smash these legs down, Levi.
He's trying super hard. I don't think he's going to get it. That frame on the shoulder just shuts it down. Now he's trying to work for those legs. 15 seconds. Mateusz is pretty comfortable just to keep repummeling, reinverting and avoiding it. Levi progressing.
Just 10 seconds left. We heard the clacker.
Levi reaching around the head.
And there we go.
End of the match. Close match.
Very, very technical, very close match. You could pretty much use this match as almost an instructional. If your grappling level is high enough, you break down all of these tiny adjustments, these tiny little
micro adjustments.
There you go. There you go. Package it up and sell it on Fanatics. The micro adjustment match is here. You've got to guess that the momentum is with Szczecinski with those attacks, but we're not judges. We're going to have to find out what the judges think.
Yeah, Mateusz did a great job. He capitalized on some of these positions as best as he could. Levi defended very, very well, but it really was Mateusz who was entering into the better attacks, and Levi just couldn't get anything quite to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards, and they see it for your winner by split decision. And still Polaris welterweight champion, Mateusz Szczecinski.
I am here with your still champion, Mateusz. Mateusz, very, very close match. That was a split decision. I believe that the decision went the right way. But, were you expecting such a tough match? And more importantly, were you expecting to get on the legs and Levi to be able to defend them effectively?
Bro, he was supposed to be guard player. What the fuck? Nah, I'm a big fan of the guy. I've been studying his game for many years. So, yeah, just shout out to Levi. It was a very close match. Very nice. Hope you guys like it.
You're still the champion. I think the obvious next contender for you is going to be the winner of the 77 kilo Grand Prix from the last event. So what do you think of your next match potentially being against PJ Barch?
Yeah, so I was supposed to fight PJ right now. I'm not sure why he didn't accept that, but yeah, PJ, let's fucking do this, man. Let's fucking do it.
And finally, you are in ADCC in a couple of months' time. How are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I just need to change my preparation a little bit. Right now, I didn't wrestle too much for this upcoming fight because, as you know, we are not wrestlers with Levi, right? So, yeah, right now I'll just try to work on my takedowns, work on my sweeps to get to the top position and just fight from there.
Well, congratulations on another great performance. Still, your Polaris welterweight champion, Mateusz Szczecinski.
listen.